This is AdCop 12 with AdCop 12 Studio. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a leaderboard cache script. This is not the KOs and wipeouts leaderboard. This is a cache leaderboard. Okay, this is going to be real simple. First off, we're going to write ourselves a function. I'm going to name it child added. You'll see why later. At the moment, I'm going to give it I believe these are called callbacks. That's what I believe they're called. And I will show you how they work here in a minute. But just realize we can reference that. Right then, just realize we can reference that. I'll show you right. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and show you right now how that works. See, I'm going to go game.players. Child added. Now remember, we're talking about these events. We already talked about these. But some events give us what are called callbacks, I believe, and they give us a reference to make it for something. Now, in this case, child refers to whenever you have something and there's something inside of it. That's the child of that. So, for instance, script is a child of workspace because it's inside the workspace. Okay, so child added. So this is whenever anything is added to this players folder here. Connect child added. Okay. Now we're going to use a conditional statement, not a conditional if statement. There are also else's and else's, but this is just for now. If child dot class name, and that is a property of anything. Pretty much everything has a class name. See, camera has a class name, camera. Baseplate has a class name, part. Script has a class name of script. Players has a class name of players. And a player has a class name of, guess what? Hold on. Equal to in Lua is 2 equal signs. And most other high-level programming languages. But anyway. Put player. I'm going to put then. So if child.className, which is the property, is equal to player, which is a string value, we talked about those earlier too, then do whatever's inside here, inside this if statement and in this end statement. Okay, so I need it to make a new holder for my leaderboard. And here's like the only one of the weird rules to Roblox. Usually they allow you a lot of freedom, but this is the one place where they do not. You use instant.new to create a number value. And you can't use anything you want for the number value. You can actually use like models and stuff, I believe. And I gotta put it inside the player. So child. And I'm gonna store this. This creates a number value, which is a basic object over here. Number value. See right here. Basic object. And it puts it in there. Now, I'm going to save it as a variable here. As a local variable. Precise local. Oh, God, I need to learn how to spell. Instant. Holder gets instance.new number value and put it in the child, which of course will be our player. holder dot name, and this is where they don't offer you any like lenience. You have to name it this. Leader stats. You have to name it that. There's no other option. And then I have to put all my leader stats inside that holder. So now I'm going to create a new one. Local cache gets instance dot new another number value. In this case, you can actually add all kinds of things to it, but in this case, we're going for number value because we want to keep track of our money. So local number value, and we're going to put that it is a part of holder. So its parent will be holder. It will be a child of holder. And now we're going to start with something new again. This is going to be a loop. In this case, an infinite loop. So I'm going to use a while loop. There are actually 3 different kinds of loops in Lua, but right now, while loop, true, do, and I'm going to explain how this works in a little bit. A while, this is your, basically, this is an if statement, and as long as the if statement is true, it's going to repeat inside it. So I put as long as, this is the same as saying as long as 1 is equal to 1, and 1 will always be equal to 1. So it's going to continuously play back through over and over again. But as long as whatever condition in here returns true, or is true, it will work continuously. Okay? And then do is just like the then statement. It's just there because Lua needs it. So all true, do, and then the end statement. And everything inside here is going to repeat until this equals false. And of course, since I made it true, it can never equal false because I made it true. There are a few things you can do to make it equal false eventually, but we're not going to get into that. It's called an infinite loop. The first thing we do with infinite loops is set up a wait. Now this is a Roblox. This is another Roblox method. You need it works in seconds. Whatever you put in there, that's how many seconds it's going to wait. The reason we need this is because we let this play over and over again. It's going to crash your Roblox, your Roblox player or studio, depending on which one you're in. So we're going to put wait 1. We also put in there because we don't want to continuously add cache, like infinite amount of cache. Just keep adding like as fast as it possibly can. We don't want that either. So we put wait 1 cache. Remember that's our value up here. Cache dot value, which is a property of all values. So number value has a property value. We add value gets cache dot value. So this is going to be its current value plus 1. This should actually work, but we haven't given it a name, so we're going to rename the cache. Cache dot name gets cache, and of course names are string values, so this can be cache as the name. So let's try it. Clear my output. Ta-da! It works. See, constantly adding cache every second. Now, I think this adds a little bit too much cache. So I'm gonna make the wait longer. I'm gonna make it like 3 seconds. Well, now it adds 1 cache every 3 seconds. So what about if I want to add 2 cache every 3 seconds? Well, then I just change this here. See? Now I add 2 cache every 3 seconds. And we might play around with this a little bit more later. But for now, this is it. It's been nice. I love doing these videos. Had a great time. Goodbye.